Hey everyone, my name is Valderin Tahire. I'm a trader and writer at BeInCrypto.com. So basically, here's my page for BeInCrypto. And today I'm going to do an analysis of 6 different coins. So I'm going to start with Bitcoin, Ethereum, then I'll go over to the Bitcoin dominance rate and connect it with the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. And then afterwards, I will go with 3 altcoins, slightly smaller in market cap, but which have had very decent gains over the past week, which are Mina, Quant, and Voyager. So basically, before I start, I would encourage everyone to join the trading community in BeInCrypto, where I also work at. So I'm the community manager, and sometimes I write for the premium channel. Basically, we have different analysis for multiple coins. We also do coins and requests, obviously. And also in the premium channel, we send different signals. So yeah, this is the trading community, over 27,000 members, and are increasing almost every single day. Okay, so without taking too much of your time before I get into the analysis, I will start with Bitcoin. So I usually like to start from high time frames and then gradually move to lower time frames in order to gain a better understanding of the entire market. So yeah, firstly, the increase looks really good for Bitcoin, but I do not think we're out of the woods yet, because if you look at the weekly time frame, we are still approaching the 0.5 fib retracement resistance level, which is also a horizontal resistance area. So if we zoom closely, we can see that it coincides with this long lower wick from the week of April 19, April 26. Also, in addition to this, volume still isn't that high. I mean, it's significant, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. Actually, if we compare it with volume on the May 19th crash, it still pales in comparison to it. It's even lower than volumes during the upward move that led to the all-time high, as you can see here. But still, while this ongoing increase is nothing to scoff at, still it does not confirm that the bullish reversal is in place. Now, if we move to lower time frames, so yeah, same with the daily. Like, we had significant volume, but that was also kind of volume to the downside when we got rejected by the 43,000 resistance area and then went lower, created this long upper wick. So yeah, that was the highest volume, and it has been decreasing since. But yeah, the daily looks better than the weekly, to be honest. So here the fib retracement levels are slightly different, because instead of measuring the entire decrease, I'm only measuring the second portion of the decrease. And if we also include the previous fib retracement, so I'm going to put it in white so it's easier to see. So this 0.5 area coincides, 0.5 fib long term coincides with the shorter term 0.618. So basically, this would be a very likely level for a top to be reached, because it's both a short-term and a long-term fib resistance. And now it's always more difficult to draw precise horizontal levels when you have lots of long wicks, such as the case here. But if we use absolute bottoms here and here, then we have this massive resistance at 47K, around all the way up to 47.8K. So yes, indicators make these looking good, still increasing. After that initial drop in the beginning of August, Bitcoin has made, it's in the process of making the 5th higher momentum bar. RSI is increasing, but there is a potential bearish divergence here. It's still unconfirmed. But yeah, like, prices definitely made a higher high here. I'm saying it's still unconfirmed because if the price continues increasing and the RSI continues increasing, it could invalidate the divergence. But as of now, it's still in place and it's unconfirmed. Now let's go to even lower time frames. So there are also some. I will remove stock just so it's a little cleaner right now. Now in the 6-hour time frame, there are even more divergences in place. So we have a potential one in the RSI. Here. This could be some type of ascending wedge, but I'm not sure yet, so I'm not counting it that way. But yeah, multiple divergences here. So yeah, if we go from the weekly time frame to the daily and to short-term ones, basically my thoughts would be that even though the rally looks pretty good, it still hasn't confirmed the bullish reversal in high time frames, and there are signs of weakness in lower time frames while the price is approaching a crucial resistance level. So basically, I would expect a rejection pretty soon. Maybe one more higher high, or maybe even this was it. And then a correction, maybe to like these levels here to create a higher low. So while it would still be a healthy movement, obviously, because it would create a higher low in whatever time frame you're looking at it. But yeah, this seems really overextended in the short term, to be honest. As for the wave count, honestly, it's difficult to determine the proper subdivision right now for several reasons. I will go through them quick, but the biggest one is this here, because this can be almost anything. It can be some type of ending diagonal in which we would have a count like this, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or on the other hand, it could be something like this, in which we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then this entire thing would be some type of complex corrective structure as an expanded flat. Now, what is clear is this one, like this is pretty clearly 1 to 3.5, 1 to 3, 4, 5 down, but I don't know yet if it's the C wave of this ABC here, which would mean the correction is done, or if it's the A of an ABC. I'm leaning towards the first one now. Like previously, my belief was that it's A of an ABC, but now I think it's C, and we started a new impulse here because I don't see how this is an ABC. Like if it were up to here, then yeah, it would make sense as an ABC, but right now it doesn't make that much sense. So maybe something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. I will just change the color so it looks slightly better. So sure, we'd have something like this. The only thing which I don't like here is this ABC as a wave 2 corrective structure, which looks really weird. But on the other hand, we do have a fourth wave pullback here. So yeah, we draw a channel connecting 1 and 2, and we had this channel and retest here, which goes like this. So if this were the correct count, we would have even more confluence of fib resistances. So here, which we have already reached it, and then combining 1 and 3. Here, which we have also already reached. And then maybe if we do this as 1.61, now this goes higher, and the one goes lower, but still we have decent fib confluence. Now let's go with Ethereum. The weekly in Ethereum does not look as bearish as Bitcoin does, mostly because RSI is still above 50 and the MACD never turned negative and has started to move back upwards, but stock has made a bearish cross. But similar to Bitcoin, The daily in Ethereum also shows some resistances because the price is between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fib retracement level. The latter is also a horizontal resistance area, so it coincides with this May 17, May 19 area here. But indicators don't look bad. Like there are no bearish divergences in the daily RSI like they were in Bitcoin, and both MACD and stock are moving upwards. Now, in lower time frames, there are some divergences, I guess, but so this looks better than Bitcoin, to be honest. The only thing which I don't like is that this move right here is completely parabolic, and parabolic movements have to eventually break down. So yeah, but like they can continue for a while, but they will break down eventually because like the price needs some type of structure in order to continue growing at a healthy rate. It can't just go parabolically. It can go on parabolically forever, but I cannot count this yet. Like this does look like a leading diagonal as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So decent wedge looking formation here. I'm pretty sure it's a leading diagonal, but this, I don't know, like this cannot be the proper count because 3 is the shortest, so it's invalid. Maybe this with a really, really weird running flat as a 4 wave, but yeah, I'm not sure. I can't count this. Like I can just speculate, but I don't know which is the correct count yet. But yeah, Ethereum is also approaching a strong resistance area right here. So it looks better than Bitcoin on the daily and the weekly time frames, but it's way overextended in the short term. Now, let's go to the Bitcoin dominance rate. To me, this looks bearish, to be honest. Meaning, now, for those of you that don't know, the Bitcoin dominance rate is basically the ratio of the market cap of Bitcoin against the market cap of other coins. So the higher this ratio, the higher Bitcoin's market cap is relative to other coins. So if this ratio is decreasing, it means that alt BTC pairs are actually gaining ground. Now, this looks like an ascending wedge, which is a bearish formation. And also, indicators are showing a lot of weakness here. So yeah, we have a bearish cross RSI below 50. MACD is moving down. So yeah, I think this will eventually break down, to be honest. And like, sure, it can give some type of bounce, maybe best case scenario like this, but yeah, I'd expect it to go down eventually. And if we go on the weekly time frame, I think this is maybe just like sweep the lows, making new all-time low here. So basically something like this. And then move upwards. But yeah, for the time being, I think that all Bitcoin pairs are going to outperform Ethereum. And this is especially visible when we look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, which does look bullish because we have this sort of breakout here and this potential reclaim of a horizontal level. And indicators are pretty good looking here. So MACD is positive, RSI has moved above 15, is increasing, and the stochastic oscillator has made a bullish cross. So I'd expect it to move here, somewhere here. And this is likely, so yeah, we just had a new signal on the premium channel, if you notice that. So I expect that this increase in the Ethereum Bitcoin pair will likely cause the aforementioned decrease in the Bitcoin dominance rate. Now let's go to some smaller cap altcoins, basically QNT, Quant. Now Quant has just made an all-time high. Now, in general, I do not like trading coins that have made all-time highs because, like, as you can see, there is no support here. Like, if this were to break down, there is some minor support here at about 130, but below that, it's just 90, and that's like a pretty significant decrease. So from the current price, that would be like a 42% decrease, and even this is like a 18% decrease. So in my opinion, it would be too risky. And so one way to determine the future resistance levels when the price is already at an all-time high is to use an external fib retracement on the most recent drop, which would be this. And it has been followed decently so far. Like the first high was made just above the, maybe this would work. No, it doesn't, sorry. So the first high was made just above the 1.618, and now we have the second high just above the 2.61. Again, there is some bearish divergence here. MACD is showing weakness. And even if we go to lower time frames, we have this potential double top here, which has been combined with weakness. And even if this were, now the next resistance would be at the 3.61 external fib retracement level, which is at 211. And yeah, even if this were to break out eventually, I would still expect it to sweep the lows here first, because this does not look like a valid corrective pattern to me yet. So I think it's easier if it just sweeps the lows and then eventually breaks out. Now we'll go on to Mina, M-I-N-A. So next we have Mina, M-I-N-A. It's also a coin which has been increasing a lot since it broke out from this descending resistance line. But it has also reached some type of horizontal resistance area here and created a few long upper wicks. So, I mean, daily indicators still look good, but there's not sufficient data here to make a proper analysis. And if we go in lower time frames, there is a sort of double top here, which is a bearish sign. So yeah, if I just zoom in a little, you can see we have this double top pattern with bearish divergences. And yeah, even if this were to break out, I would still expect to sweep the lows, but more likely than not, I think it just maybe falls here, creates some type of higher low, because yeah, the main support area is here at 1.85. And finally, we have either Voyager. So sometimes it's listed as VGX and sometimes as BQX. And yeah, it has also broken out. But unlike some other coins which we took a look at, like it still hasn't reached the main resistance area here. So if you remember from Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're trading somewhere between the 0.5 and 0.618 levels. But Voyager is still at the 0.382 fib retracement level. So basically it has not retraced as much as those two have. And it has the potential for more gains, in my opinion, because of the lack of retracement. So yeah, if I were to force to pick a coin from the ones that we have analyzed, I'd say that this has the highest potential for short-term increases before it eventually retraces a little. So yeah, basically to conclude, while everything seems slightly overbought in short-term timeframes, the ongoing breakout is a pretty good sign for the market, which will could eventually lead to the continuation of the upward trend that has been going on for a while. So thanks for being a part of it, and don't forget to take a look at BeInCrypto, both the website and the group. Bye.